Do you want unbreakable boards? Do you want to roleplay as a secret agent that infiltrates the enemy lines to not only look at but also manipulate the top cards of your opponent's deck? Do you want to like, comment, subscribe, and watch for at least 2 minutes to boost my viewer retention statistics to improve the algorithm? If so, you've come to just the right place. Editor, roll the intro clip. Psych, I don't actually have an editor, but what I do have is a spiral deck list for you guys. We're going to be using the Snake-Eye engine here, which can also be started off using the Deception, which will then give you an additional Omni negate to insulate all your lines. And then once you get into the Snash, you will be able to make a 4-material Saryuja, which will then end in a game state of you drawing 4 cards on top of whatever you had in your hand already, and then shuffling back 3. But if any of those is a spiral card, you get to do full spiral combo as well, because the Saryuja gives you an additional special summon, and you have materials left over to make a Nightmare Goblin for an additional normal summon as well. The end board we're going for is going to, of course, have the Spiral Sleeper on it, as well as the Apollousa. And then we're going to be tacking on a Trigate Wizard since we have some extra link material just left laying around. And we're going to be using a Curious to send the Anti-Spell Fragrance and a Griffin to put it back on the field. And then also Floodgate all the special summon monsters. To additionally play around droplets as well, because it can be chained to the Anti-Spell Fragrance, I've decided to play a copy of Utility Wire here, as you can still use this even after your field has been negated. Unfortunately, this is turned off if they also droplets the double helix, but if they do that, they'll have no cards left in hand and they can't really play anyways. Plus they're still under anti-spell, so I feel like it's still a winning play if you force them to pitch another card or having to deal with this disruption as well. Depending on how you combo, you can also sometimes just co-link a Nightmare Phoenix to all of these guys, and that will also give you battle protection on all your dudes. Very much helps going second and in some simplified game states where you just have like Apo plus Phoenix or something. All right, I'll leave some timestamps for all of the duels I'm going to show you guys down below. So feel free to skip ahead if you feel like you've already seen this part of the combo or something, or you'd prefer to watch a different type of replay. I'll have some going first where I show off the full board, and some of the lines I kind of grief them, but I still end on the full board, which kind of just shows off the power even more, right? And then I have some really nice ones going second. I'll be sure to name the parts in the timestamps, right? So you can see right there. I have some where I go second and I break like a full Rescue Ace board and stuff like that, and a bunch of grind games as well, where we get to a simplified game state and it's a bit more of a back and forth, because while I mean the stack is great because if you go first you just win guaranteed pretty much, nobody wants to watch like 8 replays of me just performing the full combo for 10 minutes and my opponent surrendering. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and be sure to help boost my algorithm. Thanks. All right, here I want to show off the Saryuja line. We got Brilliant, which I'm just going to Ash. I have a call by as well, right, to deal with another hand trap if it's like a bait or something. But we're going to lead with the Snake-Eye Ash. And if you access any spiral card off of this, it's full combo. And since we already have one, we have the full combo, right? So we make the Link Rebo, put this guy in the back. Snash is going to get Oak. Get back the Snash, and now we get to send the field spell. It's just printing bodies. Diabellstar gets to summon itself out. We're just gonna put this in the back, turn off impermanent stuff, maybe it's pendulum, whatever. Now we have 4 guys for the Saryuja. We even chain block it. We bring back 2 guys here. So went a bit fast, but we get to draw 4 and then shuffle back 3. And we of course have our spiral card here. We have even more, so we're super fine here. And now these 2 dudes get to turn into a Nightmare Goblin for an additional normal summon, and he gets to special summon out a guy from our hand. So now we just get to add the master plan off of this, special out master plan. Boom. Link this off for Goblin. We even get to chain block it here and discard the mission that we just searched for. And we still have the additional normal off the Goblin. Now the Saryuja effect here is just a mandatory attack in. That was the extra normal, and we still have our assault mission here to bring out our drone. I misclicked. I wanted to use Saryuja Goblin and the Master Plan, but I unfortunately used the Goblin as 2 materials. Celine can only summon to the zone she points to, so don't worry about this. You didn't see anything, and now there's an Apollousa anyways. Perfect. I would have just used the Snash as the material with the Celine. I mean, or I guess the Master Plan I would have revived here. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter because we still get to access the full board here. Making a Phoenix to pop this, get a draw, and to just clear zones, honestly. Because we have to make the Dullahan, bring back a Quick Fix. And then we bring back the Linkuriboh from Grave. This is very nice because there's no Link zones to summon Linkuriboh to in this game state. But you can just summon it back from the grave to any zone at all. Yeah. Curious here is going to send a few guys. And now I just need 2 more bodies. That way we can make the Trigate Wizard in the middle. And now we pitch the rescue. Bring back the Griffin. And just pitch the call by here because it doesn't seem like we need it anymore. Alright. So here's the board. We have 2 monster negates, 1 Omni negate. We have special summon monsters cannot activate their effects unless they're linked. So, I mean, Apo gives them an arrow, but that's almost it. Then the Sleeper gets to pop 2 other cards here. This gets to put 1 face-up card they control back on top of their deck. And of course, we have the Anti-Spell Fragrance that we searched for during our combo, preventing them from using spell cards unless they can chain it directly here, such as a Droplets. Yeah, so let's just go through this, right? We know they use the hand trap. We also know they have another Purulia because we put that on top of their deck. So think about any combination of cards. Like, even if they didn't Purulia me, think of any combination of cards that Tenpai could have that beats me under Anti-Spell. Remember, they can't use the Kaiman here. Well, they'd have to use Kaiman and then chain Droplets to it so they don't get the battle phase effect of it. And they'd have to negate pretty much all of these guys here, right? I still have another trap, even if it negates all my monsters. Unless he also negates double Helix, because that makes its name not Super Agent anymore. Kind of awkward. Yeah, now he chains Kaiman for some reason. So I don't know, he's griefing. It doesn't really matter. We'll just pretend I mean, I win anyways, right? Like, what's he gonna do? Like, his hand was pretty good too, right? It's like a Genroku for Pydra, and then he realizes he can't use the spell anyways. I don't know. But yeah, I hope that shows off the power of the deck. All right, this is one of the more recent duels, but I think I'm going to show this one early on in the video because I go for the nice line. I misplay it, so I'll probably show this one second. But essentially, we have Souls plus Quick Fix combo here. And this actually lets you chain block the Master Plan with proper sequencing here. So you're going to want to grab the Quick Fix, do all the normal stuff, right? And then you use one of the level 1s here to make Linkuriboh. And now you can make the Nightmare Goblin using the other 2 guys here. Now you can chainlink 1 Master Plan, chainlink 2 the Goblin for whatever you just added off the Master Plan. And now this gets to get both of the searches here. We get the additional normal for the Super Agent, which now lets Quick Fix revive himself because now there's a Super Agent on the field. And that gets us to Drone, which you can get off of Assault. We get to make an early Apo here. I'm getting some triggers, so I'm kind of blowing up the line. Now, double Helix, we already know what's on top of the deck. We put a Maxx because we like, how's Maxx gonna help him? And we're just carrying with the normal line. I'll make sure to show you guys the misplay so you know how to play it better. We're gonna go ahead and make the Trigate. And now we're going to go and make a Curious. After we get the Dullahan, bring back the Quick Fix. And then we Linkuriboh, tribute off our Quick Fix, and summon out the Master Plan. Now we have 3 monsters with the same attribute but different types. Yoinks. And I feel like you should imperm this if you have imperm here, right? So I feel like they don't have it, so I don't think, and I make the Nightmare Griffin here. This is a misplay. You should definitely be using this rescue mission to revive this double Helix to the right zone, the zone to the right of the Trigate Wizard, because now on summon of Nightmare Griffin, I will have 3 cards co-linked to my Trigate Wizard, and thus the Griffin effect is protected, and I don't get impermed when I'm trying to set up my anti-spell fragrance. Yeah, that was very awkward, unfortunately. Yeah, see, I summon it back now. It's kind of late. I have this dude on field. It's really awkward. Everything is ruined. But the board is still very strong. We still get to put a guy back on top of the deck. We have an Omni negate. We have 3 monster negates. This floodgate's all special summon monsters. This gets me 2 pops. I guess with the Ash Blossom, yeah, of the pop and everything. I can also pop the super agent with the sleeper and then bring him back if I had another rescue mission in grave, which I unfortunately don't. Yeah, we just put his guy on top of the deck. It's so over. He has no battle phase either. We still have everything up. Alright guys, so to save you some time, I just skipped their turn. The game state here for an overview is they have a Promethean in the graveyard. They have the Desiree here. Their back row are Extinguish, Contain, and Alert. So it's a pop and imperm, and he gets to tutor a guy from the deck. The Preventer flips my stuff face down. Apo has 2 negates on it, and Turbulence gets to pop one of my cards if I out some of his board here. Plus he has 2 cards in hand, of which we know that one is emergency and one is an unknown. So I'm going to lead off here just with the Spiral Resort. Gonna activate this, and he's going to Ash. So of course, we're happy that we get to actually get value out of the crossout, because we're gonna droplets anyways here. So he's gonna use this here. And remember, we can't actually send the resort because it's a continuous effect. It needs to stay on the field to resolve. But we can send our crossout. We're going to send another monster here as well. And that's going to get rid of his Desiree and his Apo. Very nice. We also get the search here, so we get to grab a quick fix. And now remember, Spiral Resort says that my Spiral cards can't be targeted. So what I really like to do to make my opponent misplay is I summon the souls first here. So what this does is he summons this, and now he's getting prompts that his imperm thing, what is it, Extinguish, right? Or Contain. Contain is the imperm, right? Actually, both of them. You can use both of them on my guy, right? So he's getting the triggers that he can actually use them, and now I summon the quick fix, and he's still getting the triggers. So maybe he forgets about this or like doesn't read it or whatever. And then he tries to interact with the quick fix, and it just negates the worthless souls, right? Or pops the wrong card. But if I were to normal summon the quick fix first, he wouldn't be getting these triggers. And then he would be thinking, wait a minute, why can't I target this? What's going on? And then he reads the field spell. So by doing it this way, you have a much, much higher chance that your opponent, who's never playing against spirals ever, let's be real, doesn't read the field spell and misplays by attempting to interact with one of your spiral cards. Because this isn't the TCG where you have like take backsies. If you activate it, you gotta use it on the target. So of course we're gonna bring back the master plan here. And he's gonna use the Promethean. And as you can see here, Promethean targets, and he can't target my guys. Not really sure why he would want to pop the master plan. Like it just triggers engrave. I guess I don't get to search the mission. But this is like the prime example where they just pop the souls. I mean, I guess I get draws off of souls or whatever. But we still have a way to get those here. I'm gonna go ahead and make double helix. It's still untargetable. He has the 2 back row, so I can't commit into like goblin or anything here. And now we're going to go ahead and add super agent. So since we didn't discard or anything here, we don't have a reliable way of triggering the double helix, which would be really cracked. So we're going to use the super agent to look at the top card of the deck. If it summons, it's amazing. We get to pop a back row. If it doesn't, we still get to like use the double helix. So we're going to quick fix away the rescue mission as well here. It's going to just get another search. Here's the drone. We don't have another normal, of course. And we call monster cards correctly here. So super agent, my goat, gets to pop a back row. We have gotten rid of Extinguish, which was the imperm. Now we get to summon quick fix from deck. We get another search here. I'm just going to use this for a discard. And now we're going to go into Phoenix. I'm just co-linking it with the Apo, because why not, right? That's going to force out the other back row. He has to use it here. This also states that it can't be used as material for Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, or Link Summon, but we can still just sack it off for Deception, which is really nice. It's going to go ahead and grab us the Hollowed Azamina. Now remember, if you go for the Murcielago, it's actually just full spiral combo as well. But we're going to go for Ilia Sylvia. I think I forgot that the back row is useless here. But yeah, I don't know why I don't negate this. I should 100% negate this just to clear it off the field here, right? Like, I don't know. Now I have a face down card I can't get rid of anymore because I already used Deception. But it doesn't matter. We still easily find lethal here. We're going to grab Sleeper, and I think they just surrender at this point. Once we add it here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so playing through that entire board, I clear the full board here, and then they have to contend with like Sleeper, Apo, Trigate or something, right? Help, I can't cut the video. All right, so here we're going to be playing around an Ashe on the master plan and around Bystials on master plan. So this is the only time, if he has this toggle on or whatever, to use his Bystial to banish my master plan, because for cost we're already going to send the rescue, and now we're going to make sure we keep a rescue in graveyard at all times to chain to the Bystial. So even if we do happen to go a bit minus because he changed it to like the big red to revive the master plan, we still get to bring back our dude, and that really hurts. So here we make the Goblin under the Linkuriboh, which gives me an additional normal summon plus chain blocks the master plan. I can't get ashed here. I have the quick fix for the big red, and now I make an Apollousa. I feel like I just have enough stuff. I know that I'm playing against Sky Striker at this point because I've seen the top cards of their deck. I think I put a Rose on top. Yep, there it is. And here we can see there's a Bystial here on Linkuriboh, because like what else is he going to hit? Let's be real. He can't ever hit the master plan because I just chained the rescue and grave. Now this is normally kind of an issue, because if this gets sent to the graveyard, like no matter how, it gets to just out one of my dudes, right? So yeah, here I have to make the SP using 2 non-extra deck eyes because I messed up my zones, but it's totally fine because we actually still have a way to clear the Jewess Worm here. Then a bunch of worthless guys to the graveyard, doesn't really matter as long as we get the anti-spell. Again, like we know it's Striker, so we just win for free. It's possibly not the best sequencing, but here we make the Trigate Wizard. And here it's important that you bring back the Helix first, so you have the Omni Negate on Trigate Wizard live for the Griffin here. We equip all these guys, and now we can use Trigate's secret effect to banish a random dude. And now he doesn't get to use the send effect. We flip the anti-spell here, and it's just over. He has a bunch of non-engine and stuff. I let him beat over this. It does not matter. He cannot activate any card in his deck. And here we pop the monsters because spell card cannot be activated on the next turn because anti-spell turns it off for 2 full turns. So like 1 full turn cycle. Alrighty, so we're going to be going second against Melodious. Of course, we're going to have to Ashe the Ostinato because like otherwise we kind of lose, right? Let's be real. What else are we ashing? Anyways, they have the refrain, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip forwards to the end of the combo. All right, so here's the end of the combo. To give an overview of the board state, they get to bounce up to 4 cards here, and the Melodious cards cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and they can also not be targeted by any card effects. And this guy gets to banish 3 cards in the graveyard, plus there's 2 unknown set cards, which are most likely going to be hand traps. I'm going to be assuming it's probably something like Imperm plus Called By, right? That's what it usually is if it's multiples. So here's our hand. We drew a Droplets return, which is kind of nice. We're going to go ahead and lead with the 1-for-1. 1-for-1 for Master Plan Insane Dopamine Rush. Now the problem here being they have the Infinite Impermanence already. So we're going to go ahead and Droplets off the Hollowed Azamina, which is not doing anything, and our Quick Fix, so they can't respond with monsters. Which is important because now the Shuberta can't actually banish our master plan, which would have really sucked, and we get to grab the big red, so we get to play. Of course, we've also turned off the Flowering Etoile here, bring back the master plan, get that draw, and now we still have our normal summon, but if we call this correctly, which we do, we get to pop another back row, which is absolutely insane because that means we have to force it out, and now we get to extend. Well, we don't have to extend past our double helix getting imperm. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and grab the sleeper. The animation looks so cool on these 2 cards, and I have no clue why. Like, look, this is the normal adding stuff to my hand animation. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, quick fix over here. Pitching another quick fix. Gonna grab the last resort, and now we get to use the quick fix we pitched to ditch our trap. This just gives us 1 body more, right, of material. I'm good here. Grab the rescue mission. Make the Dullahan, which is a Dark Fiend. which we can use for Curious, and it also gets to recycle our dudes. We're going to pop the back row here, get another draw, maybe draw into something nice here. Put the last resort back off of Delusion of Chaos, which is very nice because when we bring back the quick fix here, we get to get another search. So we actually don't even go minus. Very nice when you put back like your search targets are getting to anyways. Now remember, we can't actually destroy anything by battle or card effect or target it, which makes it really, really obnoxious to actually out the Melodious guys. Remember, I didn't get to negate these guys. So we're just going to go off to the full combo here because during the line I'm doing, I need to kind of get to these materials anyways. So we make the access code talker here using our Apollousa. So we get to boost it up by 4,000. That's going to mean we get to 6,300 here. And now we're going to co-link it with our Trigate, which has the effect, if it's co-linked with two guys, it gets to banish a dude, but if it's co-linked with one guy is what we care about. If a monster co-linked to this card battles your opponent's monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. So that's how I'm going to go for lethal here, because with this guy is in attack position, and he's on very, very low attack. So we're going to just basically double up the access code talker, and we would swing, and they would be kind of screwed. And then we still have the big sleeper to swing over it too, right? And the Trigate. So very nifty OTK lines here. All right, for this game, we're going to be going second into Kashtira, which is essentially just stun, honestly. Like whenever you find it, nobody's playing actual Kashtira anymore. It's just an engine that gets Macrocosmos out and then a ton of floodgates. So of course we were 100% ashing this. I don't want him to grab an extender. I don't want him to add like Necro Valley or something. This is getting super deleted here. And now I'm just going to lose tower control at this point. Yeah, so he's going to delete a master plan here. Fortunately, I have two master plans. Now there's three back row. You already know there's floodgates back here, right? So we're going to go lead with the prep. It's going to find an Illusion of Chaos. So let me put back another card as well if I want to. But I'm going to go ahead and put back the Fuwalos. Instead, it does nothing. And yeah, maybe he deletes it. He's going to get rid of the Diabell Star here, which also, fortunately, I'm running multiple of. He also knows I'm running multiple of them. It's not like it matters. Yeah, so good thing we're on two master plan. We're going to pitch the two traps that I think are probably going to be dead here. And I'm going to get Tikabooed, which is pretty okay, honestly. I control a bunch of different types. He's going to Solemn Judgment this, which is it's crazy. Personally, I think so. Also very much sucks because I wanted to pitch the rescue mission and then I can bring back my guys and like play and stuff, you know, like the master plan. And then I kind of win from there. So it's a good thing he did Judgment it. Makes me sad though. Yeah, and then here's the prep. It's going to swing. This of course gets to banish the guy from the top of my deck. It's going to have to be the quick fix here. It's a great draw for me. Yeah, kind of obvious it's gone. Very annoying how they're just permanently deleted as well. So I'm going to use the rescue to bring back the drone to my hand, which is incredibly stupid because there's text on this card that's just going to look at my hand and face down banish the drone. Yeah, that was very questionable. Maybe I should have read the card. We're going to draw into another Illusion of Chaos, which kind of sucks, but we still get to search for souls. The summon is actually still live here as well because we have, of course, the Illusion of Chaos and Diabell Star and everything. And this time he's going to go ahead and delete my Snash here. I'm fine with it. We're just going to send a Diabell Star and now we get Maxx. So this is very annoying. I have to call by the grave this, of course. And then we're going to go ahead and summon out the souls. Use the effect with to send the rescue to the graveyard, which is insane. Fuwalos, of course, you completely useless draw. But we got the Link Karibo here. Just summon out the master plan. Now he's going to delete my hand. At this point, it doesn't really matter anymore because now we get to add the rescue here. And we're going to go ahead and make the goblin. It's down here, so we have the zones for our additional normal summon that we get to make. We get to discard the rescue mission again. And we kind of just win because we get to resolve the master plan. Very nice. And we're just going to, because we still are under the Tikaboo, which kind of skews us the lines a little bit, we're going to go ahead and just SP here. And we're going to delete that. Then we get to go into Sleeper off of the field spell. And we just pop the entire board and he can't contend with that anymore. All right, here we're going to lead off with Diabell Star, pitch the Maxx. Now, of course, from this hand, we want to pitch Maxi, because if our combo resolves, we win anyways, and if our combo doesn't resolve, it's not saving us. We need the Ashe to, of course, deny their Maxi, because that would stop us. Can't pitch the Diabell Star. Prep is a nice extender, and Droplets is a very nice defensive card, because unlike something like Dark Ruler No More, if I go first, I can still use it. It still gives you value, and it'll come up this game, you'll see. So, of course, we get Imprimed here, because otherwise the game would have been too easy. Now we have the IOC. It's going to go and grab a souls, put itself back, and now we're going to put the Master Plant in the graveyard. This is why we save the Ashe. It's to stop the Maxi here. Summon this guy. Now it becomes Fuwalos 1 and 2. So we're going to just use our defensive card here. Set it. Pass. See what they do. And they're going to reveal the Heart of Blue Eyes here to grab the Ankh straight away. That's going to summon Exodia. Now you do have to be careful. This thing does have the Secret Graveyard effect. And here, normally you should activate Droplets in the damage step. Because at that point their attack is already like locked in, so to say, and they cannot redeclare. Normally if you declare an attack and then the possible attack targets change, so they summon a guy, one of their guys gets attributed off, or they link two guys together, whatever, right? For whatever reason, if the amount of monsters isn't the same as before, you get to redeclare an attack. But if you're already in the damage step, like you've already started damage calculation or whatever, right? Your attack has already been like locked in, so you can't change it again. So normally that's what you do. At this point, it doesn't really matter because I'm sending off the Diabell Star to trigger her to sack off the souls. And this is pretty much the same game state as sacking off the souls, except I also get to keep the Seeker here. So very nice. Of course, he's negated during the end phase, so he can't get the pops and everything. But he does have a card in hand, and he still has the Spell Trap negate. So what this means is, unfortunately, I can't just wanted grab another Diabell Star, send Diabell Star, grab OSS, go into full Snake-Eyes line. What I should do here is I should link off the souls into Link Haribo, then make SP, banish this guy, and then I can just use wanted, sack off the SP to get another Witch, sack the Witch for OSS, Snake-Eyes combo, I win the game for free, right? Still have my normal summon as well. What I do is I YOLO draw, but I'm fortunately just crazy because I drew the thing I was supposed to get anyways. So that's very helpful. I just basically do the exact same line. We're in pretty much essentially just the exact same game state anyways, right? So yeah, better lucky than good, right? And now we get the Hollowed Azamina. That's just going to get the Murcielago. He's going to search for OSS. And now we get to go into Snake-Eyes combo. Now, I can't attack directly, so he does get to live this turn, but he's on 2 cards, and I just normal summon Snash, so good luck, right? Save you guys some more time. Quick game state overview here. They have the Azarune set, which is the negates a summon, an inherent summon. The Silhouette Hat Rabbit, which when he activates the Azarune, actually gets to pop one of my back row. This is kind of relevant because I am on Snake-Eyes cards for the back row. I'm on Deception. I'm on the Field Spell. So I kind of really don't want that. Then there's 1 unknown here, 2 unknown in hand, and he's going to have access to the Crimson into Blazar line here. Plus, the Phalanx gets to bring back one of his Centur-Ion synchros from the graveyard as well. So of course we're going to lead off with the Azamina chain the Wanted. I get Hop Your Squadron for some reason. Well, we have to chain this anyways. Now they're going to use Ashe. So 2 non-engine in this hand is pretty wild. Fortunately, we do have the Crossout. So that is going to negate the whole chain. And we can't Droplet here, which is really sad because I get like all the free stuff. But it would not have hit the Baron that he's making here. I'm contemplating hitting the Trap maybe. If he summons it early. But I do have to also respect the Silhouette Hat Rabbit. So we get to pitch the rescue mission, which is really nice. Diabell Star here. We're just going to chain Droplet, send it. Also sending the Assault mission from hand. Also very nice. We get to get all the missions into the graveyard. And now here he uses the Trap, which is pretty interesting. Because I was going to negate Baron, because it's negating my guy. And the Silhouette Hat Rabbit, because it would be popping the OSS in the back row. But now he's using the Emblema Oath, which is also very interesting, because this actually locks him into summoning only Centur-Ion monsters from the extra deck. So he can't actually make the Crimson into Blazer line. So it's gonna be like Legacia or something. I don't know. Not very threatening, to be honest. Alright, at this point, I am going to negate, which is a misplay, I feel. I can trigger this in the graveyard to grab Snash, and I still have my normal summon up because this thing is in the graveyard. So I can shuffle that back to search for the Snash, and then I still just combo, right? Also, if I tribute this off, I don't have a target for OSS. So I'm going to have to fix this, unfortunately. I lose my Omni here, which very much sucks. I still don't want to get Legacia, right? But yeah, he uses it now because he didn't realize that he's locked out of the Crimson Dragon, fortunately. So we're going to hollow to Azamina to send this. Get the Murcielago, just an extra body, get another extra discard. And now we get to go for the Snake-Eye Ash here. Now we're just going to do a quick Saryuja line. Because we don't have access to like our Spiral engine at this point because we don't have any of the monsters. All we need to find is any Spiral card or access to Magician's Souls, and we just like win instantly, right? So we're going to use this to push back his guy. He's annoying. Now go for Saryuja, and we're going to draw 4 here. Bring back all the guys. Now we have to put back 3 cards. So basically we get to find 2 cards from our deck goated, right? This is probably the best draws I could get. And now we're going to make the Nightmare Goblin here. That's going to pitch the master plan. So you're just mandatory here. Kind of annoying. And we get to have an additional normal summon for this. Big Red comes out, gets back the master plan. And yeah, we just win for free. We're going to take a while, unfortunately, to get to the combo. But we're going to make a 6k attack Access Code Talker again. By using the Saryuja as material for it. So it gets the boost up by 4,000. And then we're going to co-link it to the Trigate. Which is going to make it deal double battle damage. And we're also going to reduce the attack by half while we are recycling our quick fixes. Remember, these guys would get banished when they leave the field. But if you use them as Xyz material, they don't leave the field. Technically, it makes no sense. But yeah, if you use this, reduce the attack even more. You can make the Phoenix as well. Now we get the banish on the Trigate. Bring back all these guys. We have a negate as well now. Pop all these guys. And we're going to keep up the Baron because this only doubles the battle damage if it's against a monster. It's going to bring back a guy. I don't even care about this. And he gets deleted. Goodbye. Tons of damage. Very nice. Actually, very enjoyable interaction. Alright, so this is going to be another second game against Blue Eyes. And this is the 1-card combo, as far as I'm aware. But, yeah, for some reason, they end on this board. Which, I mean, something must be up, right? There's no way you're passing on this. And guess what? It's Maxx again, as per usual. Fortunately, Super Agent, my GOAT, is going to call Monster correctly. So we get to threaten one of his back row here. He's going to use the Imperm as well. And now I can't know what's on top of his deck at this point anymore. I don't know if I want to risk the full combo line because I do kind of need my double helix to resolve. So instead we're going to go for this. This guy can't be targeted or be destroyed by battle. I get to put 1 card back on top of the deck. I get some follow-up here. I have the droplets, and if I get the rescue and the Super Agent to the graveyard, I can bring him back for a pop. So I'm just going to wait here. Let him commit a bunch of stuff. Maybe he activates the True Light here, which I can then pop later on with my combo. And I know he has the extender because I saw him add it. So there's really no point in like trying to stop him here with droplets or whatever, right? So we're just gonna fast forward here a little bit. Now he has the targeting protection, which I promptly forget. And now he's committed his entire hand and everything. He's making the guy that's unaffected by trap cards or effects, which is kind of crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and negate these guys. I am negating both the dudes that can tag out and negate stuff. This thing does not matter. And I'm negating his effect to be unaffected by trap cards or effects. And we're sending the rescue mission from our hand so I can keep the win on field in order to recover the guy. And here is where I go for the super bait. Something's telling me he has a call by the grave. I don't know, it's just a feeling. But we're going to activate the rescue to target the guy. And he falls for the bait, fortunately. If he didn't activate call by the grave, or if it was something else, I would have just chained the other rescue mission regardless anyways. Kind of hurt the follow-up, but this was my intention anyways. I wanted to bring him back here, and I was hoping to like maybe bait the call by or something. Oh yeah, so the finger whiffs, and now since he was summoned by the effect of a spiral card, we get to pop the trap card, which is going to murk his entire field, which feels beautiful. Goes to the Jet Dragon, and here's where I slightly misplay. I forgot that they all have targeting protection. I thought it was just like Blue Eyes, but it's just any Blue Eyes monster. I feel like if I left the set, he would have bounced the set card instead, and I would have got to keep my rescue for follow-up, but now he bounces the rescue to my hand, so I can't use that for follow-up. And I get super hard punished because my draw for turn here is the Deception, which I need to hit a trap, right? So he fortunately doesn't draw anything threatening for turn here. It's just a Veiler for another Spirit, which, I mean, I guess it brings back this guy, but he can't attack and his effects are negated. And before he gets to bounce my card, we're going to make sure we add back the Super Agent. Alright, and now for a turn, we're going to draw the Illusion of Chaos. So this is a pretty goated hand. I'm going to lead with Blind Call Super Agent. This is going to give me deck knowledge, and I mean, I guess I could potentially like pop the... I can't pop anything. It doesn't really matter. Other cards you control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. But it's just a free guy, right? So we're going to go ahead and lead with that. Called the Veiler correctly. This thing doesn't die because it's protected, whatever, right? Put back the Illusion of Chaos. And now we're gonna tribute off the Super Agent. He's done his job of being just drone at home, I guess. Now we can go ahead and set up a negate. After we go for a bunch of the Azamina combo stuff here. Unfortunately, a lot of the lines do consist of actually just putting the guy back from the field. But it's still worth it because we get a negate and then full Snake-Eyes combo line stuff, right? So it's still super good. Yeah. Send this to the graveyard. I'm gonna send both of these. I know he has nothing in the graveyard anymore that I need to call by. And now we just get to bring back Master Plan. Yeah, so unfortunately we did happen to draw both of the Snake-Eyes targets off of the Souls draw. But it doesn't matter at all. We get the Spiral Engine online. We get a more bajillion bodies. We have to set up everything here. Just gonna put up a ton of bodies here and make Access Code Talker. We grab the Oak here. We still have a normal summon left, which is pretty funny actually. The double Helix. Remember, we know it's the Veiler on top. I mean, we have drone anyways. It's not like it really matters. We have the full combo, and we're just gonna fast forward here until we skip lethal. Remember, there's timestamps at the bottom of the video thing, like in the taskbar, so you can skip ahead if you don't want to watch this play out. Yeah, we just swing here. Yeah, convenient, right? Spiral best deck, baby. Let's go. Super Agent, my goat.
Okay, here we're going to be showing off the grind game that we can offer against another grindy deck, Ritual Beast. And this Fuwalos is going to get massive, insane value, actually.
It's going to draw, I think, an entire card. Kind of crazy, right? I mean, at least it gets me the droplets. So the pro about droplets here, at least, is that you can't chain the guy to like dodge or whatever. I just have to find a proper timing for it. Normally they chain this to a trap, so I can just chain droplets to the trap. Now, for some reason, they're on Cosmic Cyclone, which is really annoying because I would have gotten nice combo lines off of this and had the targeting protection. Fortunately, I do have another one here, so that definitely helps out a lot. As a quick fix, we're going to go ahead and normal summon that here, grab the big red. And now we're going to go look for a Witch here. I don't think that the Anti-Spell Fragrance is going to have a lot of value in this duel, so I'm going to discard that instead. And we're going to go ahead, activate the Deception. Now, the problem is he has the pop. Let me scroll up so I can click on it. The Steeds right here, and this one actually doesn't target. So that is... kind of a problem.
I'm gonna see if we can like force it out or something, right? We're gonna go ahead, link Karibo here, use the big red, bring back the quick fix, and we're gonna go ahead and make the Phoenix here. That's gonna pop a card and draw one as well. And it looks like we hit the E-Tele. Kind of unfortunate, but happens, I guess, right? I wish we could have cleared the steeds at least. Gonna get a draw. It's gonna come back here. And we still have the OSS in hand, so we can activate this again, get the Omni, and they're gonna opt to just pop my entire field here. So we're just gonna droplets, send this away to negate the Cannahawk to stop it from like bouncing back up again, and summoning out 2 more guys. And he's gonna opt to destroy my monster here. We're gonna reveal the Sylvia, get that out. His last card is pinned down now, and he can't use any defects here. OSS in the graveyard gets to put back the Witch to search for the Poplar. Remember, we already used our normal summon. Now we get to go for a bit of a Snake-Eyes line here. Gonna go for another draw, see if we can get something that helps us out a bit more here. I guess it's just a Maxx. We have the Link Karibo coming out. Gonna put back the Nightmare Phoenix just because. Put these 2 guys back. Now I'm gonna push this back. I don't want this in the graveyard. I don't want like shuffling it back or whatever as like a material or something, right? So I'm just putting it back here where it's just going to be stuck forever. We're going to negate his negate on the Maxx. And I'm on very, very low time here. I think I'm supposed to ash like Lara or something, but I'm on literally like 4 seconds. So I just ash the Cannahawk and pray that it does something. It helps me live because he's under Maxx, right? As long as I don't die, I'm fine. I have Link Karibo to tank and attack. Poplar has more attack than his guys do, like his small guys do, so he can't like if it was in defense position, one of the small guys could run over it and all the big guys deal a ton of damage to me, but now he has to use a big guy to crash into it. Yeah, now we're gonna keep drawing. We don't have any other hand traps that we could actually draw into, so we were just kind of praying here. Try to fast forward this a little bit here. But essentially what happens is he makes a dude that prevents Link Karibo from contributing, but he's going to be just shy on the damage here to kill me. I think he's missing 2400. And I mean, at this point, I have 14 cards in my hand, including the draw for next turn. I can't lose this, right? I have another droplets as well. I can just droplets his entire field and then go for game here. Send a ton of guys. Everything's gone. Nothing can do anything. We have the call by for the Lara that gives protection in the graveyard. This one right here. Just activate it here. Get rid of this guy. And we're operating on probably just over a minute of time right now. So I'm just going to try to accelerate the combo as much as I can. Summon out all these guys. Just getting the ads for no reason at all. Celine here. I want to make an access code. Adding the Sleeper for another big beater as well. But essentially this is just going to be game on its own. And we're going to manage to outgrind this deck. Yeah, I guess we did have a Maxx, but I feel like he could have found lethal there. And he had a strong setup, essentially a hand rip almost, because the Fuwalos did absolutely nothing against his hand. But that was that game. Here we're playing against my most favorite deck of all time, Ritual Beast, and unfortunately we don't really have any plays we can make. Yeah, this doesn't combo with anything, which is rather unfortunate, but there's a few options here. We could hope for Fuwalos and Maxx to save me, which I don't think is realistic because I can only draw into Ash exactly, and something like Tenpai just kills me instantly, right? So I'm going to actually just start playing. Screw Fuwalos, the card doesn't really matter. If they Ash any of this, it frees up the Maxx, and a lot of people just surrender when they see Spiral stuff. They don't even know what it does. They're just afraid. Yeah, like this doesn't combo, but a lot of people just still surrender, right? Same when someone normals like Chandra or whatever, they just scoop instantly. Yeah, so they Maxx me here. Jokes on them, I can't play anyways. Now I'm gonna search the big red for follow-up and just set this and end my turn. So we have the forbidden droplets, we have the quick fix, which can't be destroyed by battle because of the big red, and we have a Maxx. Yeah, with the follow-up and everything, this thing taking a hit, we're pretty fine. I could have opted to make an SP here. That way we have the SP for disruption. And we get to keep the Spiral Resort, because it's going to die in the end phase because it can't shuffle back from the graveyard. But this also gives them another draw. And I feel like I have the follow-up already, and it's going to be fairly hard for them to kill me through all of this anyways. Yeah. So, of course, Ritual Beast, and they are called by the grave for my Maxx. I'm sad. So they're going to combo off a bunch here. I'm going to see if I can time the droplets to a point where it lets me live at least. We're going to use it here when he has both of these guys up. He can't tag them out. We're going to use this, get to live here. He takes points of damage for no reason at all. It is what it is, right? I at least get to live. Now we have Call By, but the big red on the master plan is great. He has one set card, right? What could it be aside from Steeds, obviously, of course. So we're going to go ahead, hit the resort, activate this first. I'm playing around like an imperm or something. It doesn't seem to be Call By because he would use that master plan. And I thought you play only one Steeds in this deck. I mean, I guess you can recycle it and everything, but I didn't assume they would just draw it, right? Because they never searched it. So I was assuming it was like a non-engine. And then the resort would be very nice. Unfortunately, Steeds actually does not target. I'm just completely cooked at this point. Yeah, where I go to force it out, and he just gets to tag everyone out. You can't even Call By these guys. He just summons like 40 dudes and blows up my entire board. So that really sucks. At least you still have the sleeper here. And he gets all the guys. We're gonna pop our last resort so we get the draw off of Assault. And we're gonna use the quick fix to search for the last resort. This is kind of an issue for them to out, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and make an SP. Maybe I should have hit the Inheritance or something. I'm going for the one that floats when he's destroyed. I feel like banishing the dudes is like, it feels so lackluster against Ritual Beasts. Yeah, and they're all boosted to Oblivion and beyond, so there's no way I'm beating over any of these guys by battle. These guys tick down one turn. I was gonna go ahead and make the Kumunu. I don't even know, man. Yeah, so I can't target anybody ever because you always like quick effect for like tag out. Yeah, I destroy these guys. Doesn't matter. He just makes the next dude. I activate this. He just brings it back. It really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna hope that the Call By does something for me here. We're still in this. It's hard for them to out the sleeper, as far as I'm aware. So we still have the hope. I still feel like we can play here, and they're gonna go for an Infernal Flame Banshee line. This is gonna be their anti-Tenpai tech here, where they go for the Nemesis flag to search for the Eschatos, and they have a dragon on field because Eschatos is a dragon, of course. Protoss is a worm though. And fortunately, the SP decides to hit my back row. Remember, you can still target the last resort, and then he could just out the sleeper and I lose, right? So that's pretty nice. He can't actually out this. And he's going to call Fiend here, not knowing that the sleeper can't be destroyed for some reason. Yeah, very nice. So we're going to go ahead and find a bonfire, which is very nifty. Going to go ahead, battle phase, clear 3 of his negates here. Now we have the sleeper. I feel like we could have just like done this first to out both of his back row. I don't know, but we're gonna go ahead. We have the Snash, we have the Poplar, going for the Temple here, the guy in the back row, put the Poplar in the back row, tag him out for the Flambers, push this guy back. Some of the dude in defense position. Remember, we don't have a battle phase, so we can't actually kill him here. I'm just setting up a bunch of guys. I'm very low on time as well, unfortunately. Yeah, so he's gonna start doing a bunch of stuff again. Probably shouldn't have summoned this out yet because I could have used the Flambers to actually just steal his Eschatos. But it's not like it really matters. He's gonna do a bunch of summoning and stuff here. But I'm healthy enough. My guys are big enough. The sleeper is very, very hard to out. He doesn't have another SP. We still get some pops here. And he makes Baguska. So that's really annoying. He also has a set card here. But we're actually just Giga fine. Funnily enough, Snake-Eye Diabellstar is a spellcaster, so we get to make a Selene here. And I'm getting triggers, like it could be an imperm. We're going to play around it and not use the Selene here. Instead, we're going to use the Phoenix to force out the back row. And now we can chain the quick effect of Selene to actually bring back the master plan. So we're actually super fine here. And at this point, we can just make the Axis Code Talker, pop the Baguska, and we just swing for game here by turning our guys into attack position. I'm just clicking buttons here. Let's be real. Apo, in case something else, I'm not going to risk it. Like, this deck is annoying, right? Surely they have something else I have to deal with. Oh, right, this guy floats. Exactly. Boom. Negated. And now we get to swing for game. So, some very nice grindy games, but they're very, very stressful because my timer is always incredibly low against this deck, and it's very hard to interact with them. That's why I personally don't like the deck.